Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, I'm going to be going over Snowbound Stories. This is the January subscription for Coco and Fluff, and it will be shipping out the first week in December, so hopefully you will have it in plenty of time, barring that the Postal Service doesn't mess anything up, to set up for January. So anyways, my thought process behind this collection was quiet, reflective, beautiful colors with kind of almost like a Victorian feel to it, but kind of a modern Victorian feel to it. I wanted to go for something soft, wintry, and like I said, very quiet and reflective. And I thought that was the perfect way to start off 2026, is just to clear away 2025 and just really focus on what matters in 2026 and stop getting tangled up in all of the nonsense that goes on all over the world, and just kind of try to bring yourself back to family and self-reflection and that kind of stuff. And this collection 100% screams that to me, and I just think it is absolutely stunning. So let's get into it. This off to the side, I will go over at the end. This is not part of the subscription. This is the matching functional that you can get. That's always in the shop. This isn't something that is only part of subscription. So I will leave it until the end. I'll just stick it off to the side because that's not something you have to worry about. If it is something that you want, though, I wanted to show you how it matches and what's available in the little functional bundles. So if it's something that you want, you'll be able to pick it up. But this little girl right here is a really good representation of what you're going to find in this kit. She is absolutely adorable. She is just like screaming little adorable, cute Victorian little girl. But oh my gosh, I just want to snuggle her. I just want to snuggle her. I want to pick her up and just give her hugs. So I did print myself a couple of extras because when I set up my planner, she's going on the cover. And yeah, I've got some beautiful layering moments that are going to happen on the covers of my planners. I'm very excited for that. So we have a couple of vellums here. These are mine, so I haven't cut the edges off yet, so pay no attention. This is a big one. This is a big one. You've got lots of different places where you can cut this and use different sections. You could just cut her down right here. There's the opportunity to just have the bottom with just, you know how sometimes you can just see like somebody's feet in the gorgeous snow at the bottom. You can do the lantern. You can do like a sidebar down here, or you can do what I'm going to do with this because I think that this is absolutely stunning. You're going to see this image a couple of times in the kit in different sizes because this to me is just beautiful. It is just so beautiful. She's quiet. She's reflective. You've got the old lantern here. She's reading. She's walking on the snow-covered bridge. She's just modern, but not modern. You can see her clothing is very modern, but her surroundings look very antique. And I just really love the quiet reflectiveness of this. So I did make it kind of big, and I made it kind of big because if you don't want to cut it all up and use the different sections by ripping different parts out and just kind of focusing on different areas, which you totally can. If you look at it, it's got the ability to be cut into halves and thirds and quarters and all kinds of stuff. You can do what I'm going to do with it, which is frame it and put it in my office because I think it is absolutely stunning, and it's most definitely going to be like my mantra for 2026 is this right here. So I did give you kind of a big one, and I know I'm probably going to get some flack for it because I always do, but I had a reason behind doing it, and yeah, it's just so good. The one that I am going to be using in my planners is this one, and I have my plans for it already. This one is, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it is just so good. It is so, so good. So again, totally like embodies exactly what I wanted to say in this collection, which is just relax. Just get back to planning, get back to the analog system. You see no digital anything on this picture right here. You've got a beautiful fireplace and the florals around it and this old typewriter and your coffee and your papers scattered everywhere and your books. And this is what I think I want my 2026 to be. So here it is, and this is super easy to cut, so you can half and half it and use it as your vellum overlays. You can do all kinds of different stuff with it, but you got a couple different floral corners that you could cut out if you wanted to. We've got a lot of different options here, so this one is also another one that is absolutely beautiful, and the one that I'm going to be cutting up and then framing that one. So there's that and the vellum, and then let's go into the actual kit itself. So I did make a couple of changes to this kit. I don't want this to be focusing up and down, so what I think I'm going to do is zoom you in and kind of try to keep this down here. My camera doesn't always behave. Sometimes it thinks I'm trying to show you something that I'm not. So first one is your full page, which I'm going to probably never change this because this is one of my favorite things to play around with when I'm doing dashboards or like pages where I'm setting up for a new month and I have like a section where I want to just kind of showcase one page. And a lot of times I'll do the vellum strip on the side and this kind of off to the side of the other one. And it is a very organic cut. And see here, it's not straight, so it's a fun one to put down to kind of give you a sense of what the month is going to be like. So there's that page. Hopefully it won't focus over there. And then this one, you know, I always got to have like a Harry Potter. I always got to have a Harry Potter moment. And when I was creating these, I was like, I wanted some birds. You'll see some other birds in here. I wanted some birds, but then I thought he would be cute with glasses on because once it popped up, I was like, oh, he needs some glasses. Like this is a snowy owl. It's perfect like Harry Potter reference. And so I put some Harry Potter glasses on my owl. And yeah, that's what you got. Then this is strips, different sizes. There's some real skinny ones and some ones that are a little bit fatter. And this beautiful pattern. And then you've got your circle floral like wreath right here, some lanterns, and of course you have to have your tea. There's that one. I'm not all about the coffee all the time. Although I am very much a coffee person, I think I talked about it before, at night I am a tea person. Just so I can sleep. All right, here is your washi boxes. So this is kiss cut around the outside to allow you to do what you want with it. If you want to use them as individual boxes, like in a cousin or in a standard vertical or something like that, you can do that. You can rip them, you can half and half them and use them as sidebars. You've got all kinds of options with these. But I wanted to make sure that you have a terrible type washi that is a full page but still functional in other ways. And so that's what this is. I've had a couple of people message me and say, I forgot to cut this. I did not forget to cut this. This is exactly cut the way it is supposed to be. It is up to you to decide what you want to do with it. So I wanted to throw that out there in case that question came up again. Hopefully that whoever's messaging me sees this video and knows exactly what I'm saying. So anyway, you've got a whole bunch of them. And this is one of my favorite things, that ice skating rink. Isn't that just beautiful? That's very January to me. So there's that one. And then this one is your sidebars. So I can show you your sidebars. And again, I love this, like looking out over the rooftops into that beautiful sky. It's just so gorgeous. And then you've got a little cottage in the background. You've got the florals right here. So beautiful sidebar section. This is again cut washi. Each one of these is cut for you. I could leave it to where you could cut it yourself. It'd probably be a lot faster for me when I'm making the kits. That may come in the future because it's really taking me a long time to cut stuff. But for right now, they are all individually cut. Then you have this page, which is my favorite page. And what I use as the basis for creating a lot of the collage elements that you're going to see in these kits. I said I changed some things up, and I did. You'll see what I changed up. But to give you like an idea, if you look at this, that is the background where my little girl is this right here, but recolored with some different stuff on the back. So on this one, it's got some really pretty script. On this one, you've got music and snow. So I just changed this up and put these in different places, different ways. I'll resize them, do whatever, but I do all of the collaging myself. It is not something that I have done for me or is done for me. It is something that I do by myself. So you know that if it looks horrible, it's because I did it. That's why. So here's your functional page. I changed these up to where now you just get all in one. You've got your Monday through Sunday, and you've got several weeks of that. You've got a 1 through 31 here. And I have some stuff in here that denotes January. This is Kiss Cut as well, so you can use that. You've got a Hello January. You've got a Chapter 1. That's some normal monthly stuff with a New Year's Day on here, important appointment goals to do this week, this month, that kind of stuff. So that is your functional page. I think we can put that down now. Here are my little people, my little characters. These are the main focus of my kits. I love him, and I used him in another one. I don't know why, but he just reminds me of like an old sailor, and he's just come into port and he's sitting at the pub and he's reading a book quietly. He's got his coffee. It's not in the picture. In my head, he's sitting in a pub with his coffee and he's got his book and he's just relaxing before going back out to fish. I don't know why, but that's what he reminds me of. Then you've got, these guys are all Kiss Cut that way. They have like, again, organic. Some of them have some organic edges. If I have a background behind him, like him, he's in the pub, so he's got kind of an organic background. And then I gave you a big floral I tried to incorporate more florals into this one because I've been really, really loving the floral stuff. And so I wanted to make sure that we have more of it in the kit so that you have that to kind of fall back on. Then you have the other collage type page where we've got the film strip with this gorgeous, it's actually looking down the street, and you've got all these beautiful brick houses and old-timey time lanterns, and it's just a really beautiful scene. And then I just kind of put some collage elements over the top and behind. You can see there's some stuff behind it. Then you've got this one down here with the Polaroid with that same picture that you saw for the vellum. Yeah, it just needed to be inside my planner as well. So, and then you've got some other stuff around it. And then these are all the stamps. So they are Kiss Cut stamp elements. She just like is saying exactly how I feel. I just want to sit and have my candles burning and have quiet reflective moments and look at how beautiful the window, outside window is. It's just that, that's it. That's it. That's what I want. And then you've got a nice floral stamp over here. Then if you read any of these quotes, you'll see these are all Kiss Cut. Outside, the snow fell softly. Inside, the words kept coming. Some stories are written only when the world is still enough to listen. These are very reflective, very, very reflective, very beautiful. The pen remembers everything. And then there's a letters never sent. Have you ever done that? You wrote a letter to somebody and you poured your heart out and then you just put it in a little box and didn't send it. I did that to my grandpa after he passed. So I have that one has a lot of meaning. And then this page would be what used to be, look, I got choked up when I said that. Sorry. This page used to be the thirds page. So if you remember, I had 3 like organic scenes. And what I wanted to do is move more into a little bit smaller deco kind of stuff so that you can use these on like a daily page and it not overtake the entire daily page. So these are a little bit smaller. Again, they are organically cut. So if I could get an edge that'll pop up. This arm still isn't working, so this is extremely hard for me to hold like this. I gotta actually hold my arm up. But you can see that there's a Kiss Cut, organic Kiss Cut around these. Ouch. And we've got her again. You've got this beautiful window scene. You've got some more like smaller things. I love that so much. You'll see that in a couple different places because I love that. Then we'll move on to the other stamps. So I love the stamp elements. I love layering them, especially on top of like scripty type backgrounds and stuff. They just make my heart happy. So I did try to add more into this kit. Along with, remember I told you a little fisherman guy, and then I put the coffee ring around him because I just thought he was so cool. And I know it's just kind of a silly little design element, but if you've ever tried to design anything before, you can see that it is inside and outside. So it's quite the process to kind of take one element and another element and another element and have them kind of weave in and out of each other. And I was kind of proud about how it came out. And again, it's just that same, I thought the coffee ring kind of told you without telling you that he's just sitting there with his coffee reading his book. Then again, with the little birds, I told you I was on a mission to put some beautiful little birds in here, and I did. And then another film strip, but sideways. There's that one. And then as always, you get your paint swatches with all the beautiful designs on them, some plain, some designs, some with scenes. Makes a nice design element when you just have a little spot you want to put something in, but you don't want to actually like fill up a whole page with it. Then this one is washi paper, terrible washi. I tend to not tear these. What I tend to do with these is use them as whole pages. But you can tear it. Like you could totally like look at the organic tear that you can go right around this desk, right around this chair, around the fireplace. I mean, you've got a bunch of different places that you can tear this and put it down if you wanted to, or you could just use it as a whole piece. Then these are your strips, but I thought it was really, really appropriate to have because we're going with the reflective writing, journaling, that kind of stuff. I wanted to make sure that you had a scripty background with some of the watercolor splotches behind it. And those are cut into strips. And then this is the one that would have been the 2 bigger boxes. And instead I turned them into collage pieces. So she's got behind her, a little scene behind her, and then the girls are sitting here And aren't they just stunning with their coffee cups? And they're just so pretty. And then again, I wanted to make sure that it wasn't just the small vinyl, but you actually got her as an actual piece that can be put on a page. Then we've got our florals. So again, the smaller corner pieces are here. And then you've got some bunches, and I just love the berries. I love the winter berries. So I kind of went a little crazy with the winter berries. Then this page, there's a lot of pages. So if you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. But this subscription does have a lot of pages, and remember that there's some information coming at the end. So stay tuned for that. Another smaller floral, told you I try to stuff them in everywhere. This is called the deco page, the small decos. And that's because these work really well in smaller planners. So if you've got a week's planner or an A6 or something like that, like a pocket size, these work there. They also work really well in the monthlies. So if you're using like an A5 or a Hobonichi Cousin, or, you know, like I said, is A5, but you know what I mean. If you're using like a standard size sterling ink or something like that, these will fit inside of your boxes on your monthly. So if you've got a monthly calendar where you don't have like a lot of stuff going on, or you've got like a bunch of empty boxes where there's, you know, it's a nice quiet home day, you can definitely decorate it with these. I do it all the time, and I think it's stunning. Then you've got some paint swatches down here that I like to use for like my to-dos, my importance, and stuff like that. Then one of my favorite pages, look at her. Look at her. She's like, come on, kitty, we're going outside. And the kitty's got his little bow, and he looks like he's game, but at the same time, I'm not sure. I think he's like, nope, you're dressed like it's snowing outside, and I'm kind of okay inside. But look at how stinking adorable she is. She's got her little pack on. She's all bundled up. Another one that I just want to hug her. I just want to hug her. That's it. Then you've got some smaller deco here, some more florals, and some big corner. I wanted to make sure you had some big corner florals. So here's where the big corners are. And then some smaller florals as well to use, like I said, in the smaller places. And then the last page is the monthly page. I do add some monthly things in here for you, like another smaller January. You've got 2026. You've got a Happy New Year. But for the most part, it's just more deco, more washi strips, and another 1 to 31. So you do what you want to do with it, but it is the actual monthly one, which is kind of meant for your monthly setups, but I use this all over my planner. So that is the last of that one. Really quick, I want to go through this so that you can see the matchiness of it. So you can get the whole bundle together, which by the way is much easier for me. But you can also buy them separately. If you want to buy them separately, you can. So you've got your bullet points, which I use the heck out of those. You've got ink splotches. I didn't know what else to call them, so very inventive. Ink splotches or ink stains. Those are your two of those. The time strips, which I think if you've ever been to any of my videos, you already know that I'm a huge time strip person, but I also use them as washi strips. Then you have a little script. This is a terrible. So again, this is what I was talking about, like that behind it. These are actually going to be used on my covers. So when we get to the actual setup videos, you'll see how I use stuff like this, plus the vinyls, plus foil, plus quote strips all together on the covers to make them just absolutely beautiful. But there's that. Then you have a library style overlay with all of the beautiful colors, but definitely like this plus some foil, and yeah, you can make some beautiful collages. Then we have the actual collage sheet. That's what this one is called. And you've got different colors in here, different things, so you can tear them wherever you like. And again, makes for like that beautiful background like that. And then you also have a whole nother sheet of, let me put something behind it so you can see the colors will pop right out. Sidebar. So more sidebar stuff that you can use in your planner, or you can use it as, again, terrible washi scenes, but again, with the beautiful bird, I just have to layer everything in, has to just kind of be very cohesive. You've got this big stack of books with the beautiful window. You've got the forest scene right here and the skinnier one. So again, another beautiful thing that you can add, that you can pick up in the shop anytime. This doesn't go away. It'll be there all the time. Now let's talk about the actual subscription itself. Let's move that out of the way so it's not a part of the conversation. So a couple of things have been happening every single month, which is we sell out every month, which yay, I'm very happy. You have no idea how excited I am about this selling out every month. I've had multiple people ask me if I can increase the number of spots that I have available, and the answer is no, I can't, because I can't cut that much. I just can't. I'm at the maximum capacity I can to be able to do this monthly. Maybe if I was to make it like a bi-monthly subscription, I could increase the number so that I could do more and I would have more time. But in that monthly time frame, there just isn't enough, there aren't enough hours in the day for me to do more than what I'm at. So my suggestion is always to keep an eye on the website, join the Facebook group, because whenever spots open up, that is the first place that I go to. If you're a part of my Facebook group, you have to answer the 3 questions. So I know you're not a spammy bot or somebody that took over your account and is just joining to, spam my group. So you have to answer the questions too. And I will, if you answer the questions, you're automatically in. It's not like I'm going to be like, oh no, I don't like your answer. And some of your answers are stinking funny. I love reading them, and I actually do read them. But point being, that is the place that you are going to find dates and times. If I have spots, I will tell you exactly how many spots I have, what day I'm going to open it, and what time I'm going to open it. So you can go and hop in. Once you're in, you're in. Once you cancel, you're canceled. You have to re jump into a spot when one opens up. If you cancel your subscription, which is, it's not a big deal. You do what you need to do. If you don't need the subscription anymore, then cancel it by all means. I won't be upset. That's for sure. But I will say that if it does continue to sell out every single month, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, because I'm expecting everything to kind of slow down a little bit and more spots to open so that people who do want to sign up will be able to, but I'm not 100% sure. Which brings me to the most important point. We're getting to the end of the year. We're getting to the point where people's credit cards start to change. You get new numbers, you get new expiration dates, you get new whatever. Every single month, I have people who their subscription gets auto-canceled. And then I get emails, frantic emails saying, please, 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 please turn it back on. I didn't see the emails, or I didn't know, or I had an issue with my card. And I understand 100%. But if you go past the 4 days of emails that the system is sending you, telling you that there was a problem with your card, and then on 5 days, 6 or day 7, you're contacting me, your spot's gone. I don't hold on to them indefinitely. I have to get these subscriptions out. So when I go to the Facebook group and I say I have 5 spots available, 3 washi, 2 matte, most likely what those spots are your spots. If you didn't update or respond to the emails where it was saying, hey, we're trying to bill for your subscription and your card was declined, hop in the website and do something about it. If you don't do anything about it, I think it sends you 4 emails. So you've got 4 days worth of emails where it will continue to try and bill. And after the 4th one, it just auto cancels your subscription. So when that happens, those are the subscriptions that I'm putting up in the Facebook group. So there is no going back once that happens, unless for some reason you catch me before I put them up, but your subscription already canceled. So that happened this last month. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you that, because I'm not being mean, and I'm not trying to hoard the subscriptions. It's that I just want to make sure that you guys understand how the system works. And there's just too dang many of you for me to stay on your butt and remind you that there's a problem. So you have to check your emails and you have to stay on top of your subscriptions yourself. There's literally nothing I can do when I put them back up and other people join. I just don't have extras. And so, yeah. So anyways, I love you guys. And I'm sorry to be the one to point that out at the end, but if you're staying subscribed, no problem. If you're going to hop off for a little while, you want to take a break, no problem. I'm totally here for whichever option that you guys wanted to. So anyways, that's all I have for you. I think that was the most important thing that I wanted to make sure I tell you. Again, all of the sneak peeks are going to be up in the Facebook group. That is linked down below the video. If you want to see the sneaks, you want to be involved in the different subscriptions that are coming out, if you want to see the changes, if you want to be a part of the Facebook group, I do not spammy bot you. I send out very few emails. That's also another way that you can find out if I remembered to actually do a newsletter. I haven't been doing the newsletter lately because we're almost at capacity, and I've been just putting the new anything that's available up in the Facebook group. So there really isn't much of a reason to do the newsletters right now because, again, I don't want to get y'all hyped up to join when there really aren't any spots available, but it does go live on the 23rd. If I have any spots available when it goes live on the 23rd, they will be up on the website. After that, after the first, actually it's probably about after the 4th or 5th, because the billing starts on the 1st. If anybody kind of fell off in between that and when I ship, I will put those ones up at that time. So generally I don't have a ton available on the 23rd, but just check the website on the 23rd. If there are any spots available, they will be there. And that does, I did change the update time. So now it is at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So the 23rd at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is when you want to go and jump on the website. And if it says sold out, that means I had nothing to put up there for you. And you'll have to wait until like the 5th of December for me to put up any more that may have come available in that time. So anyways, thanks guys so much for hanging out with me. I truly appreciate it. I would love to hear your comments about this collection down below. Let me know, what are you excited for 2026? Are you in this mindset or are you in a different mindset? I would love to hear, and I will see you again on the next one. Bye.